My name's Emily, and if you'd asked me a year ago, I would have told you I had the perfect relationship. Jason and I shared an apartment outside San Diego, cooked together, and binge watched crime documentaries. Then, one Thursday morning, I found an earring under the couch. Gold hoop, tiny ruby, not mine. I asked Jason about it, but he shrugged it off, lying through his teeth. That night, I slept on the couch, plotting precise revenge. I accessed Jason's synced iPad, discovering Rachel, the woman he'd been seeing. The betrayal was explosive. Jason had a big client dinner coming. I dressed in a sleek black dress, told him I'd catch up, and headed out once he left. At the dinner, I presented the earring to Jason in front of everyone and told them his belongings waited in a storage unit. I left amidst gasps and a shattered Jason. The next day, I shared the story on TikTok, hitting 3 million views. His life unraveled. I learned sometimes you can be the quiet girl who watches or the woman who brings the house down.
He betrayed me, and I sold his PlayStation. Right in his eyes. My name is Lara. I'm 28. And this story is not about a console, but about how a small thing can become a weapon of revenge. I lived with Sasha for almost 3 years. We rented an apartment, made plans for a joint vacation, and even chose tiles for our future kitchen. He was a typical gamer, loved pizza, FIFA, and his PlayStation 5. Sometimes, perhaps more than me. His obsession never bothered me, though. His console was like an altar for him, a source of amusement for me. I even laughed as he'd lovingly call it my baby. Then, Sasha started coming home late, citing work emergencies. He grew irritable and secretive, taking his phone to the shower. One day, that phone lay forgotten in the kitchen. I didn't mean to look, but the name Bunny appeared on the screen, revealing texts and pictures in his secret world. The betrayal unfolded. The plan formed quickly. Sasha's birthday was approaching. He wanted a house party. I played along, smiling, baking, pretending. I packed his things in secret, including his prized PlayStation. On the day, I sold it right in front of him, at his own birthday party, to a stranger. The room fell silent, Sasha bewildered. This was payback for his betrayal while I cooked his meals. It was liberation. He shouted, tried to retaliate, but I had won. I changed the locks, moved on, and even shared my story with the world. A new chapter began for me as I saved the most important thing, myself. Sasha texted weeks later, pleading for the console's return. I ignored it. I was finally free.
I gave her a wedding dress with a bloody secret. You have to see it for yourself. Those words changed everything. A stranger sent them to me from her account. A new nickname, no avatar. I almost ignored the message. But that night, for some reason, I couldn't. I opened it. Screenshots. The harmless ones first. A photo of my fiancé, Artyom, at the office. Then at a restaurant holding hands with a girl. Another photo. He kisses her on the temple. Next, she's sitting on his knees, his palms under her dress. My heart pounded so hard I felt the walls vibrating. Photo after photo showed my life crumbling. Then there was a video. They're laughing. She asks, "When are you going to tell her?" Him, "Soon. After the wedding, our wedding." My first impulse was to scream, my second to pack and leave. But I did neither. Instead, I started preparing for revenge. I got a part-time job at a bridal salon. As fate would have it, my ex-fiance's new bride became my client. I made her a dress. It fit perfectly. Yet, hidden in the lining, I sewed red marks and a flash drive with a video, her and Artyom's deceitful plans. The final touch was an unsigned card, a dress for someone who ruined someone else's wedding. Hope yours doesn't get ruined. Friday night, I delivered the dress myself. She was thrilled. I waited, half an hour, then an hour. The light in her room came on. She tried on the dress, a pause, then a scream. She ran out of the house, panicked. The wedding didn't happen. Artyom called me, furious. I answered calmly, "Just the truth, and you gave her a lie. Now you're even." The story spread to friends and social media. She deleted her account. He disappeared. And the dress, it's hanging in my bedroom now. A reminder, never let yourself be betrayed without consequences.
He humiliated me in front of everyone. I stood up, and I made his father fall in love with me. He was the center of every company, I his silent shadow. He would humiliate me, and everyone laughed. At a party, he declared, "You're like a shadow. You're there, but nobody wants you." I left in tears. Time passed. I went to therapy, changed jobs, and went to university. Unexpectedly, I found myself at a conference. The speaker was his father, charismatic, smart. We spoke without my revealing who I was. He admired me, and our conversations continued. I didn't tell him who I was until a month later, and he said, "Now I realize who lost and who I found." We went to his family's house for dinner. My past caught up with me as my ex opened the door. His expression as he saw me beside his father was unforgettable.